Merry Christmas. I hope you're all having a beautiful Christmas Eve so far on this Wednesday, December 24th, 2020. It's probably around noon when this episode's going to be uploaded. I'm sorry, I'm still out of the schedule from uploading at 3 in the morning, but yesterday I was going to record, but I was working on a puzzle that Jacob Cedarberg got me for Christmas. A nice big 1,000-piece puzzle with a bunch of movie posters on it. I started it last week, and then I just came back home to York today. It was here. I was just working on it, and then I just kept going, well, I'll just get this little section done. You know what? I did that section. I might as well do this section. I had Sopranos playing in the background, so I was just in the zone of just getting crap done. And then I did the entire puzzle. So then I was up to like 4:30, and it's like, okay, I'm not doing white coffee right now. I'm going to bed. But I hope you're having a nice Christmas Eve. Are you doing your Christmas traditions? I think my family, we're going to make some caramel corn. We're going to have a nice big dinner, ham dinner, after I get off work, of course, because FedEx is making me come in from 4:30 to 8 today, because I'm essential. But other than that, yeah, we're just gonna hang out here, wake up tomorrow, exchange some gifts, see what Santa brought me, give my parents all the cool stuff. Did I tell you the gifts I got from my parents? I probably did, but I'll tell you again. Everyone in my family. I got my mom a nice big canvas print of a picture of a sunrise I took at Ocean City, just like over the water. It was this huge, beautiful orange sky picture. The wave is like just barely crashing. A nice bird in the sky. I took that in Ocean City, my senior trip with a couple buddies of mine. And then, so I've liked that picture. I got it printed onto a canvas for my mom. And then my dad, I guess New Era Field, which is where the Buffalo Bills play. Um, every 8 years or so, they change out their turf. So they took all the old turf and auctioned it off, and some guy bought all of it, and then is selling it like square foot by square foot. So I bought a chunk of that for my dad because he's a big Buffalo Bills fan. And even if it's a scam, it's the thought that counts. You know what I mean? I was gonna get him that one thing that like you can buy a plot of land in Scotland and technically you're a lord, but I saw too much stuff saying that's probably a scam, and I figured if I'm gonna get scammed, I'd rather have like an actual chunk of turf than just say. I'd rather get a real chunk of turf that didn't actually come from the Buffalo Bills stadium than just be wrong about saying that my dad's a lord when he's really not. So at least I got something tangible out of it, even if it's fallacy. For my brother, I got him just a regular Nike hoodie. My sister, I got her a record. I don't even know what it is. Most of these gifts, I tried to like think about something cool, like that gift from my mom, that gift from my dad, uh, friends of mine. I got them all gifts. I got Jason Seeger, of course. I got him a Jennifer Aniston poster and then a flag, like the decorative flags of Prestige Worldwide logo, which is like the fake company they make in Step Brothers. So I got that on a flag, gave it to him. Jacob Cedarberg, I got a chef's hat because he likes to cook, and then a cameo from Perry Caravello. I think I did tell you all this. And I said watch Windy City Heat. Yeah, I'm sorry if I repeated myself, but you know what? When you go to a Guns N' Roses concert and they don't sing Sweet Child of Mine, you're upset. So I'm allowed to repeat some of my hits. I'm trying to think of the best Christmas gifts I ever got. I only have a few that click with me, which I guess proves that those are the only good ones I got, because if I have to sit and think for 10 minutes about what other gifts I got, then they're probably not the best ones. But probably of all time, an electric guitar I got when I was 5. I was 5 years old. My dad's like, "What do you think Santa should bring you?" And I was like, "Electric guitar." Or, "I should get an electric guitar, Dad." And then for some reason, I actually got one. And it went unused for about 10 years. And then I finally got into it, and now I've evolved into a beautiful musician. So, longest lasting gift, got most use out of it, definitely the guitar. Uh, a gift that opened up a new era for me was the Ipod Nano. That was like the first electronic technology gift I got. I had gotten an MP3 player before that, but this is like the new era of iPod, and you could record video on it, and you had all your music on it. And that was like third grade. I still have that thing sitting around. It's in my one drawer in my room, and it's just got all these weird videos on it from when I was like 9, I guess. I should go back and look at that today, but I have to use the old charger. But that's not too bad. I'm boring you. And then Fun gift I got recently was the Ray Finkel jersey. If you know Ace Ventura, you know Ray Finkel is the fake football player that missed the field goal in the Super Bowl and cost the Dolphins the game. So I got his jersey because I'm a big stupid gift guy. My ideal gift is something. Well, let me think. My ideal movie gift. I don't just want a shirt. Like my aunt once just got me a shirt. Hang on. This is a perfect example. I have to come up with it. I really liked Back to the Future. My aunt got me a shirt that just had the Back to the Future poster on it and was like, "Oh, you like Back to the Future? Here's a Back to the Future shirt." Whereas my granny got me a coffee table book about Back to the Future that had a bunch of like props in the pages of the book. So, ideal gift for me is something that the people in the movie would see. So, like, I don't want Fight Club soap with the words Fight Club on it. I want the soap that Tyler Durden keeps in his briefcase with the business cards wrapped over top of them, because that's what they really see in the movie. And like Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, like I got a Breaking Bad shirt. It doesn't just say Breaking Bad. It's like an advertisement for Better Call Saul, like something that you would see in the actual show. That's the kind of thing I like. I've got the Ferris Bueller vest. I've got the college sweatshirt from Animal House. I mean, I guess I just like collecting movie crap, but I don't just like wearing advertisements for the movies. I want to have like the stuff they actually have in the movie. Speaking of Christmas movies, I've tried to amalgamate a list of movies that I consider technically Christmas, and I'm more than open to people participating in the comments, adding on to this list, but it's called Technically Christmas. Now, the rules for this is it's just any movie of any genre of any time containing a scene of any length but during Christmas. So Step Brothers is technically a Christmas movie because even though it takes place throughout any time of year, it also has a scene where Brennan and Dale are opening their Christmas gifts and Dale's like, "Oh, Hulk hands!" So that's enough of a Christmas section to include it in the technically Christmas list. Also, Full Metal Jacket's on there. They have the scene where they're in training, boot camp, and they're just singing "Happy Birthday to you, Happy Birthday to you, Happy Birthday to Jesus, Happy Birthday to you." Goodfellas is a Christmas movie. I'm pretty sure. I've only seen it once, but it has snow in it. It has snow in it. I'm pretty sure that guy buys his mom like a pink Cadillac for Christmas or something, and then they go, "Are you nuts? We just robbed a whatever, and now you're spending all our money." Die Hard, of course, that's the most obvious one, is technically a Christmas movie. It takes place on Christmas Eve, a Christmas Eve party. But let's be honest, it probably went past midnight on Christmas Eve. I mean, that's just an incredible movie. I hope you've all watched it since it was on the list of movies of the day. That's all I have. That's all I have right now. What else is on here? The Godfather. Is The Godfather a Christmas movie? It has snow in it. I can't remember. I'd have to watch it again to see if they talk about Christmas. But even if they talk about it, if they make it clear that it's during Christmas, even if it doesn't have any presents or even any snow, it's still on the list. Of course, talking about Christmas traditions makes me want to go over every beautiful thing I've done on my Christmas. Always, we make caramel corn. I said we're going to do that today. Did I say that? I don't remember. We're going to make caramel popcorn today. I always watch Point Break. I got the movie Point Break, I think, freshman year of high school around Christmas, and I just watched it the day I bought it. But since then, I've watched it every Christmas. I usually wait a year before I watch another movie again. Other than Dumb and Dumber, I'll watch that any time of day. But Point Break, I usually watch as soon as my year redeems itself. So I'll watch it every Christmas time. I watched it the other day with my friend at Jacob Cedarberg's aunt's house with Jacob and Jason. And we made that big breakfast. I think I talked about that last episode. And then I go up to Warren to see my cousins and my granny and granddad. But now my granny and granddad got a house in Florida, so we don't go up there as much. And now I don't think we're going this year, so I got to drive up on my own. But that's always a fun tradition, going up and seeing everybody, exchanging gifts, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't really have any other Christmas traditions. We're not going to church this year because everything's shut down. Thank you, Tom Wolfe. That was sarcasm. I guess you couldn't tell because some people don't like going to church. I'll go to church on Christmas. I mean, come on, I'm not an animal. What are your guys' Christmas traditions? Are you getting them out of the way, or is Corona screwing you over like it's screwing over me? Let me know. Let me know. I'm worried that I'm not capable of having good stories. I think I talked last week or Tuesday about like wishing that more bad stuff would happen just so I could talk about it. Like, how fun is it to say, "Oh, I slept through my final. It was nuts. Oh, really? What happened next?" Well, I emailed him. We got it sorted out, so it actually wasn't so bad. And today, well, you guys remember the I lost my wallet episode when I talked about how I had to take my car in for an or an inspection and an oil change. I locked my wallet in the car, and then my key was inside the dealership because I had to give it in overnight to make sure they had the key in the morning so that they could get into the car and do all that stuff. So I had to go get the spare key from my dad. I took the spare key, brought it back home, and then today, and this is 3 weeks ago. Now, when I got home yesterday, my dad's like, "Where is that spare key? We lost a spare key." And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't take it. I didn't need two keys. I don't have two keys with me at all times, so I don't know where it is. So then today, when I woke up, my dad was like in my room just like looking for the key, looking for this car key. I was like, I have no idea where it is. And then it was funny because they were like, "All right, retrace your steps." And my dad's a detective, so he's like going like, "All right, now where were you on the night of the key exchange?" Right? So first of all, my mom started like, I was like, "Look, let me go over all my steps." And then they were getting mad at me because I was being theatrical, because I was like, "Look, let me think about this," like using my hands, and I think that was too much for them. I don't know why. I wasn't trying to be funny. I guess that's just my personality. But then my mom started talking and like telling the story for me, like, "All right, so you remember you were doing this. So you remember you went to the car to get the key." And I was like, "No, I went to get my wallet." And she's like, "Oh wait, yeah. Yeah, I forgot you lost your wallet in there. I thought you needed it because you left the key inside." I was like, "No, see, like don't tell me what happened. Like, if you're gonna tell me to retrace my steps, and I was the only one there, then how are you gonna retrace my steps for me? Especially when you're starting off the story already wrong. I mean, how am I supposed to believe you for the rest of the time where you're, but I'm sure you know where the key is, right? Even though you didn't even know how the story started. Not that I'm mad at my mom for getting the story wrong, but it was just like, let me just tell it. They kept cutting me off when I was trying to tell them what happened. And then they kept cutting me off with stuff that didn't happen. I'm like, all right, this is a terrible example of getting your steps retraced because we're not even on my own steps. So then we go downstairs looking for this key. I was like, it might be in my jacket. I don't know. I don't think I took it. I would not have just taken two keys with me. And then they're like, "Well, is it in the basement? Like, did you put it down somewhere?" I was like, I wouldn't have just hidden the key away. If I put it anywhere, it would have been on this table. I'm not a nut job. I don't need the key. I'm not going to just hide it underneath that secret lockbox. So then my dad opens the cupboard where we keep all the spare keys, and it's just sitting there. And I know I didn't put it there. I know my parents put it there, but it was just like, they're yelling at me because they're like, "We looked all over. We can't find this key." And I was like, "Well, what the heck are you doing with that?" So that's what I'm saying. I was hoping, I mean, that's kind of eventful because I'm just going into all the details about all the ins and outs of that story. But I woke up thinking, oh, I'm going to have to sit and listen to the White Coffee podcast of that and see, maybe I brought up where I put the key down. Maybe I said, "Oh, by the way, guys, I lost my wallet today." And then I put the spare key underneath my bedroom window and I threw it in the air vent, and I'm just waiting to see what happens now. So, no. I expected I was going to have a lot of intricate stories, but then we go down, start looking for it, and right away my dad just opens the cupboard and goes, "Oh, here it is." Like, well, what the heck? There's not even a story here. The only funny part is that you guys kept cutting me off and telling me a wrong story when the whole point of me talking was to give you the exact thing that happened. So I don't know. But you know what I do know? I know that it's the last day of the Christmas song of the day. And today's Christmas song of the day is the alternative classic by the Kinks called "Father Christmas." So it starts out like this, kind of heavy electric guitar. I'm pretty sure this song is in Step Brothers. If you heard it from somewhere else, that's where it would have been. But I'll show you the chorus real quick. Hopefully I don't get copyright striked, but whatever. This is a great Christmas song, and the chorus and the beginning lines are very catchy, so I wanted to play them both. The money, don't mess around with those silly toys. That song seems to depict the story of a man who was a mall Santa or a department store Santa who got robbed by a bunch of kids, and they were asking him for guns and money and all that stuff. So, a funny song and a very catchy song and a very cool spin on a Christmas carol. Next, of course, we have my favorite Christmas movie. I've hinted at it for weeks now. Point Break. The 1991 action crime thriller starring Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. After a string of bizarre bank robberies in Southern California, with the crooks donning masks of various former presidents, a federal agent, Johnny Utah, played by Keanu Reeves, infiltrates the suspected gang. But this is no ordinary group of robbers. They're surfers, led by the charismatic Bodie, Patrick Swayze, who are addicted to the rush of thievery. But when Utah falls in love with a female surfer who is close to the gang, it complicates his sense of duty. So it's this undercover cop that goes in to infiltrate who he thinks is robbing all these banks, but then he becomes part of the thrill too. So he's skydiving, he's surfing, he's playing football with these guys, and then he's like, what's real, what's fake? These are my friends, they rob banks. That'd be a good song for the movie. You know what I mean? So that's a great Christmas movie. Like I said, I watch it every Christmas. It doesn't make any sense. It has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas, but that is probably my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Now, next, a word of the day. This is a French word, I think. It certainly sounds French. Here, let's see how Google pronounces it.
Milieu.
Milieu. Milieu. It's a noun describing a person's social environment. They grew up in a military milieu. A person's social environment. That's a classy word to say, social environment. And I hope you're all with me. I hope you all agree that is a classy way, because I think it's French. Now, if you're wondering why the microphone's doing that rattle, like, it's because I'm in York again and I don't have the microphone stand, so I'm just holding it. So I apologize if you hate it, and I apologize if you hate me, and I apologize if you hated this episode. But let's see how the last episodes have been doing, now that we're wrapping it up here. I don't know how these aren't going longer. I really expected every episode this week, these last 2 weeks, to go a lot longer. The last episode has 65 views. Not bad. The only comment on it says, I love you, I'm pretty sure. No copyright strikes, though, which is nice. And the last two episodes are up to 700 and 465 views. Respectfully. But that's pretty much all I got here. I'm just going to hang out Christmas and then go to work today. Going to hang out today, just eat food. And then I don't have to work Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I don't have to go into work till Monday at 5. So I can finally just take it easy, which is nice. I still have to watch a couple Christmas movies today. I'm going to watch A Christmas Story, and I'm going to watch something else. Oh, the Always Sunny Christmas special, and maybe go through old episodes like The Office where they have the Christmas specials and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm running on E here of what to talk about. I've got nothing else to do. I mean, I went through all my good stories on Tuesday, and even that only took 15 minutes. So, I don't know. Feel free to say in the comments, Merry Christmas to each other. You're all very nice people. Tell me what you think belongs on the technically Christmas list, because that one is something I found funny. I was talking to Jason about that, and he's like, he was saying those movies don't count on the technically Christmas list. I'm like, well, what's it matter? I made up the list. I made up the rules. And he's like, no, it should just be any movie that gives you Christmas vibes. Like Point Break gives me Christmas vibes because I watch it every Christmas. I'm like, no, I just made the rules. You can make up whatever rules you want for whatever list you want, but my list that I'm making is just called Technically Christmas, and I'm trying to think of all the movies that have scenes about Christmas in them, even though they're not traditional Christmas movies. And he was like, oh, what about Point Break? I'm like, no. That has nothing to do with Christmas. So no, that doesn't work. And he was like, no, it should work because it gives Christmas vibes. He'd drive me crazy. So you guys know all the parameters. You come up with movies and add them to the list. And if they work, I'll add them to my personal list and I'll respond in the comments very gracefully. And maybe go over your favorite Christmas gifts, your favorite Christmas traditions, your favorite confusing Christmas topics, like in the rocking around the Christmas tree when the lady says, maybe we'll have some pumpkin pie. If you think about it and you purposely try to get yourself to hear it, it sounds like she's saying effing pie. Maybe we'll have some effing pie. Now, if you had that set in your head to think that that's what she says, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's hilarious. Also, I have written in my notes, how come at the end of Frosty the Snowman he goes, happy birthday? I don't know what that is about either. All I know is that Snowman is an idiot. Now, I'm sorry these recent episodes, like I said, haven't been longer, but I'm all out of things to talk about. I'm out of the zone. I'm very hungry right now. I'm going to go make a big Christmas breakfast, and I hope you all have a great, great Christmas and a happy New Year. Actually, I'll see you, will I see you by the New Year? Yeah, I'll see you on the 29th. What am I, nuts? All right, I'll talk to you guys all on the 29th. Merry Christmas.